Welcome to Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your channel host, GBHL James.
GBHL Jamie.
And special guest.
I'm back, it's Bold Billy.
We didn't invite him back, he forced his way into this video.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're in Manchester. What are you doing in Manchester?
Just chilling.
Just chilling, just popped over to chill. Are you actually staying for a few days before the re-desolation? Of course, the re-desolation is
tonight. Yeah.
You're going back tonight?
Yeah, and then he's coming back over on Saturday morning, driving over.
Oh wow, that's petrol dedication for you.
It's not.
So you're staying with Jamie for a few days? Yeah. Fantastic.
Well, tonight and then I'm in the hotel tomorrow.
Well, I enjoyed watching Speak Friendly Question when you're on Lice, and of course I'm sure the subscribers all agree that it's always good to have some different opinions. So remember guys, we are doing this on the phone. What does that mean, Jamie?
Your comments either won't get shown or they'll get cut off or we'll just miss them.
Conveniently cut off halfway through and Jamie's reading.
That was a really long one, sorry about that.
Now, as is our custom when we have special guests, we always get our special guests to read the first question. So Billy, would you...
A really long one. No, it's not. This is from, it's from Billy Fitzmaurice.
Who's that?
That's me. It says, "Dear future Billy, you're doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work. Sincerely, Past Billy." Well, thank you, Past Billy.
Isn't that sweet? That's very, very nice. Very, very nice. We'll let the subscribers decide.
I was kind of hoping that would be the first question. Next up, we got Crodacan. He says, "Thank you for the great channel. It got me back into SBG, and I watch GBHL every day. I'm starting a Mordor army, and what is your opinion on the Mouth of Sauron? I've got Gothmog on Wall and Grishnak in my 500 point lists, and now want to expand to 750. Best regards, Mikael Janssen, Sweden."
Fantastic. Well, the Mouth of Sauron isn't a profile I've really come up against before, I have to say.
He's a bit of an odd one. He's sort of mid-range. He's as expensive as a ring wraith with a few stats, and fills a similar role.
So does he have spells? Does he have caster?
He's only got, what, 4 will though? Yes, I think he's got Terrifying Aura, so he doesn't cause terror. Immobilize and Compel. Compel, Sap Will, yeah.
Okay, so he's got some...
But with only 4 will.
No.
So I think he's like 70 points, or 60, 70 when he's using horse. And you could take an unnamed ring wraith for 55, 65 onto horse, a bit of might, a bit of fate, and he's 171. And he's probably arguably better at doing what Mouth of Sauron does than Mouth of Sauron.
Probably a bit too much of a sort of mixed profile.
More for a,
do we ever see the Mouth of Sauron popping up?
I've never seen him. I've played against him twice, and I think one time he was actually quite annoying having a transfix from 2 sources. But it would have been more frustrating playing 2 ring wraiths. Yeah. So, but he doesn't pop up occasionally. He's more there the fluff point of view, isn't he? Yeah,
I'd like to see one of them sort of hanging around for from a fluff point of view, but yet to see one. Maybe we'll see one this weekend. Of course, re-desolation Stockport is...
You'll know, won't we?
Well, how many have I done today? 48? This I think I've checked so far. No, that is grim, by the way.
Yeah, let's
all at once. List checking is really, really, really grim. Yeah, that's the bit I miss you for, Jamie. So next up we've got our friends in Canada, Blackfire Productions. He's put, "Hey guys, thanks for the shout out during the video." I forgot to put the link in the video description. I always do this, I always forget to put the link. Thanks for the shout out during the video. I've definitely gotten around to a few different channels. Keep your eyes out open for me again on another channel, which should be out in the next week or so, I imagine. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for you, buddy. With the re-desolation of Stockport 2015 having so many attendees, how do you feel enough terrain for each of the tables?
Borrow. Like steel and borrow.
There is an element of that, I have to admit. Now, usually one of the great advantages of the Northwest Gaming Centre, I'm sure we'd all agree, is that it's huge and it's had a vast array of terrain. However, we do like to put a lot of terrain on our tables for the Hobbit strategy battle game.
So if it was Warhammer Fantasy, you could fill the whole easy 120 table, whatever many tables. But for Lord of the Rings, you want more terrain.
So what we've done, what I have done this time is I will bring some of my terrain, but some guys are bringing up some of their terrain from around the country as well, which should help. And you should get to see a video which will cover all of the boards and give you a little bit of a look and see how we get on.
Yeah, so maybe I have bought my Goblin terrain if you need that. Yeah. Goblin Town terrain.
You got Goblin Town terrain?
Just what you got from the starter box.
That's absolutely. Well, that gives me an incentive to paint mine from the starter box tonight, and then all of a sudden we've got Goblin Town. There we go. That is how you fill the boards at the re-desolation Stockport 2015. But keep an eye out for that video showing you everything that's going on. So next up we've got Northwest Hobbit campaign, which of course Steve Crow. What is he plugging this week? He'll be selling something.
Oh, this is based on me and Jay calling him out last week.
Oh.
Easy draws. James Braun, Ed Bull, day 1. Shagrat War Leader and Ed Felbeast
army plus shield of day 2. Don't hate the player, Jamie, hate the game.
So you're calling him out, of course, because he did very well.
Very well in Mansfield. He came 3rd overall.
You're saying he got easy draws.
So he got easy draws in some of his games, yeah. Like in Domination, my example was...
You mean the armies though, not the players?
Yeah, the armies. In Domination, we were drawn on tables next to each other. He played against an eagle and a warband of elves, right. Wood elves, I think it was.
Right.
And I drew a 43 model goblin army with my goblin army, but they were Moria goblins, so I was like, oh god, this is actually bad for me. Like, this is not. How many models did you have? I had 44, 42. So I was outnumbering, but not by enough with their defence bonus.
Yeah, the channel.
And in day 2. Yeah. But so Steve had his goblin horde army against a much smaller army in Domination. But then yes, he did get some tough draws, so he did well.
So well done, Steve. We're not bitter on this channel at all. We want you to do well.
Next up we've got Pascal Wibb. It says, hey guys, what do you think about the Great Beast of Gorgoroth? Have you seen it at tournaments before? Thanks for the great content.
I played against it once.
I think I played against it once.
World champion and Fran took it to Tom and Damien's doubles.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
It was alright, but unfortunately for that we Dwarland it with Thorin. Yeah. And it died. I mean, they got crushed, but they lived.
A mini mummock, isn't it?
Yeah.
He did. I remember he did say he got very lucky. He had his shots.
Yeah.
And he did all of them like into Aragorn, got like 4 hits needing 6s, and then 4 wounds.
Oh, goodness me.
Whoa.
Crazy shooting.
Shooting into combat as well.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. You don't tend to see them around that much. I like the model. The model looks cool.
I love the model.
Its main disadvantage is being fight 3. Like if the beast was like fight 5 or something, then it'd actually be potent on battlefield. But
it's the same fight value as a Wog.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
It's very, very easy to get multiple models onto it and chop it up.
So it's barge attack does 1 strength 6 hit as well, so it's not even reliably killing the thing it's hitting. It's usually 4s or 3s or maybe even 5s against dwarves. And as soon as it, like the moment when it doesn't kill, it stops. So it could very quickly halt its charge and then it's dead.
So there you go. That's our thoughts on that. So next up we've got Clint Whitney, and he's put, hey, my question is more for James. I'm thinking about doing a winter bulk. What are your thoughts on bulking? Do you two want to...
Is this fitness?
I did a bulk last year and I found it very effective in the run up to my wedding. I got really, really big and then I cut down before the wedding, and it's a good way to get a lot stronger very, very, very quickly. That's my thoughts on that. But if you want a more in detail answer, email ilovewargaming@gmail.com and I'll give you an answer. There we go. I think that's the best way to do these things these days. So next up we've got Lord Draconon.
Lord Draconon. Thank you for answering the question. Thank you for answering the question. Yeah. But I'm wondering about Azog's special rule. I'm the master. How does that work? It says Azog is a jealous leader and will fight any who threaten his rule. Would that mean Azog needs to be the leader of the army and not Saruman?
No, unfortunately, it's just fluff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just fluff. He doesn't actually have to be a leader. Yeah. He should be, really.
Should be with that rule.
Yeah.
With that wording of a rule. You'd think so, but no.
You'd think that the only army that he wouldn't be the leader in is one with Sauron himself.
Yeah.
Then he finished with, just the hunters seem to be a lot easier to get than the Uruk-hai captains I need. Played my first game last Saturday, was fun. Good.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're getting into the game, buddy.
Yeah.
And you'll have to get yourself down to a tournament at some point.
Yeah, Azog's always fun anyway.
Yeah, it's very good.
Not to play.
I wonder how many Azogs there are at the re-desolation right now as you're watching this.
Next up we've got Wang11. Says
why is this funny?
Wangs are
Nothing.
You had to explain this last week. I had no idea.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
I thought you was playing childish to the cat. Really?
Yeah, I got no idea. Never heard of that before.
Has he told you that?
Yeah, he did tell me, I think, and then I've just reworked it out. Well, I'm going to stop now.
Hi guys, thanks for answering my question last week. My question this week is, what do you think of the 700-point Osgiliath themed army? It includes Boromir, Captain of the White Tower with shield, horse, banner of Minas Tirith, leading 5 Knights of Minas Tirith with shield. Faramir with bow and horse, leading 5 Knights of Minas Tirith with shield. 10 Osgiliath veterans, led by Captain of Minas Tirith, and 2 Guard of the Fountain Court with shield. And last of all, 10 Rangers of Gondor, 5 with spear, led by Damrod. Thanks guys, and keep up the good work. For an Osgiliath theme, it seems pretty cool. Fair.
Yeah, nice theme, good
If
heroes.
it's themed, why you got the Fountain Court? Fans caught in the skillet?
No, they'd never leave the top.
No. So,
Bit of cheese going on.
Or spotted.
Yeah.
I guess you could, if you wanted to get them in, you'd rename them like the Prince Guard or something. Guard of
Yeah,
France.
yeah, I suppose.
yeah, if you wanted to get around it that way. But I think it's a cool little theme.
Yeah.
I like it when you see a sort of themed Gondor army.
Yeah.
Can you remember when Steve Crow used to bring nice themed
When he
Gondor?
used to bring Gondor, yeah.
I remember a long time ago.
It was a very
Before he
long
brought
time
like
ago.
goblins with Moria Goblin Shaman and stuff.
We converted World Marauders for the theme.
Anyway, so good luck with that Wang 11. Okay. Look at these two children. Wangheads. Next up we've got, because I like to. Thanks for answering my question, guys. My second question meant, who should thrive and lead in a list that includes Saruman, Grima and other warriors at 500 points? You've just given us the exact, and we were like...
I remember that one from last week.
Yeah, it's still confusing. It's like, who does he lead? Well, what's in
I
the
think
army?
saying what troop type.
Yeah, well,
you've got
Dunlandings.
you can lead any, but
Well, you've got Saruman and Grima and Thryden at 500 points, so you're not going to be able to get many troops.
So get loads of wildmen of Dunland and up your numbers.
Or ruffians.
Ruffians.
Or go berserkers or
the
ferals.
flip side is go complete elite.
Yeah. Or go all hero.
So he's got this week's questions are: 1. What are your thoughts on a full mounted Aragorn and Ranged to the North army at 700 points, possibly for next Stockport? It would probably suck, but it would be very funny to play with.
Not fun to play against.
No, I don't think it'd be fun to play against. It's skirmish with might points.
Yeah.
Galore.
It won't be good when it hits combat, but the build up to combat is going to be.
I think it'd be really cool.
It would look great.
I think on the charge, like just charge the first wave in pro combats. The ones that do win actually go through.
Yeah.
It'll look great.
You want to keep your heroic moves off, really, don't you? To be honest, keep your second wave.
Well, you've
back.
got Aragorn's free one for that.
Well, yeah, I suppose you've got Aragorn's thing, but he's not going to cover enough people. Not in a charge with that number of.
With a 40mm
I
base.
don't know, because you get, what, 4 either side, and then you've got your reserves, because you're not going to get many.
Yeah, I suppose so.
The 31 points a pop, Aragorn 200, so you got 500 worth, so you're not getting...
It's a list I've always
You get
theorised
like,
with.
what, 15?
You struggle against another shooty army with blinding light.
Yeah.
But bar that, you'll be able to shoot people to death.
And struggle for the usual things that cavalry army struggle with, the fact that you've got low numbers. But I think it would be cool, so I think you should definitely bring that to the next Stockport tournament that you attend. You've got question 2. James, I need to see another Get Buff Barrett. No, retired.
Yeah, now Horse's Grand VPs, he's ditched that series.
Yeah, that's well gone. No more Get Buff Barretts. Any chance of you doing any more in the future? I suppose so. I suppose
Where he takes all hero.
Smaug. Smaug. Get Buff Barrett Smaug style. I suppose I could do, although I will probably suffer. Question number 3 is, would you guys ever consider making painting guide videos? A YouTuber does his painting videos on subscriber-based models sent for him to paint. Would you be up for doing a similar thing? Thanks, guys. I hope you understand this week's question. I suppose our closest thing to that is our hobby vlogs. We do talk in detail about...
I've often thought though, because well, you don't really do much painting on the vlogs, do you?
No.
You and Damien lead the way for that, don't you? For the painting,
Maybe.
you often show this and then what it looks like afterwards. I've thought at times it'd be nice to see that process. Because you say, right, I do this wash, I do this highlight. Like how? Let me see how it
Gets onto the model.
I could definitely give it
I'd
a
quite
go.
like to see that.
It is tough from a production point of view. Jamie's
Oh my god, it's
experiences.
Quinn
Yes, it is.
Oh goodness gracious me! Hide, everybody, hide! It's the Slayer of James.
And Jamie.
Quinn and Jamie. Has he got any others of us?
He's not beating me now. We've got a win and a draw. I've got a win and a draw against him. Sorry.
Yeah, painting videos are quite tough to do. Hi Quinn, you're right. Do you want to say hello to the subscribers?
A bit more. Just some hair dress.
Hello.
This is Quinn Duggan, everybody. You may know
Yeah,
him
the
from...
game slow, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, anyway. Get out of our video. It's tough to do.
Oh, they beat you.
It's tough to do. It's tough to get the camera in the right position.
It's the angles.
Have you ever beat Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the destroyer of GBHL North.
Desolator.
The Desolator.
North.
The desolator of the North.
Anyway. Yeah, it's tough to get the angles because when you're painting, you hold your body in quite funny angles anyway, don't you?
It changes and twists so much. We've
Hurts
tried
my back a
before.
lot.
Yeah, you tend to find yourself like...
Yeah.
Yeah. because of the angles, it becomes quite hard to get a camera to do that. But maybe it's something we could try in the future. It's just probably not a priority, and we have tried it before. It's not been great. Thanks, guys. I hope you understand this week's questions. Just about. Okay, so next up we've got
Yeah, Mordor week.
Yep.
Just for that. Of course, he's referring to the fact that Jamie and I missed the fact that we
I thought you'd done it.
I thought we'd
when
done
they were
it.
saying no, we've done it, and people saying you haven't, I was like, yeah,
You thought that we'd done Mordor week, didn't you, Quinn Duggan?
No, I offered to do the bat rep for Mordor week, but it never
Oh,
happened.
we're all right, thanks. We don't want to be embarrassed on our channel.
we could do the Mordor thing because I've got Rebellion and I've got Sauron. So we can do that.
Yeah. Next up we got
Sauron, the big spider Rebellion.
Jack Cole Animation. He says, "Hey guys, quick question again. Can a mounted Skoda, Swan Knight of Dalamroth, have not a car?
You've got to check the emissions on
I'm
that
so
bad
glad
boy.
you cleared that up.
Have both a
Is it a
lance
diesel?
and a banner." Yeah. Yes, it can have a lance and a banner. Essentially, if you want to make it work in your head, imagine the banner is the lance.
Yeah.
Many thanks, Jack.
Yeah, it'd probably be better to convert it that way as well. Have the banner on the lance
banner with
rather than with two big sticks.
John Wayne style.
Riding with his
Yeah, that's it. Just legs a Jimbo. Akimbo even. A Jimbo. So next up we have got Stephen Gill. He's put, "I've not been able to watch Speak Friend and Question before the deadline for a while, so it's my first question for a bit. First, it was great to meet James at Longbottom after seeing him on YouTube for so long. Thank you very much. Thought the coverage of Nova was really good. You were saying that before, didn't you? Which was cool. Giving us a taste of your time, in particular James after hours." Most
James
of mine was after hours. I was after hours. Question: this week is not SBG related directly, but is Games Workshop related. James has mentioned his interest in Total War. Have you heard about the new Warhammer version being made? Gameplay footage has been released on YouTube, and it looks fantastic with dwarf troll slayers steaming right into giants who's busy playing whack-a-mole with the others. Have you seen it?
I think so.
I have. It looks amazing.
It does look really good.
I'm going to get it when it comes out.
I don't think it grabbed me that much, but I don't know because I've never played the Warhammer game.
Yeah.
I've watched it. It doesn't really appeal to me too much, but I love the models.
Yeah.
The models look incredible.
They do look cool.
Yeah, especially new Age of Sigmar stuff.
For me, I've had pretty much every Total War game since Medieval, so for me it's a big draw.
I always preferred Age of Empires.
Age of Empires is good as well.
Age of Empires is good, but different kind of game. Different kind of game. I really like Total War. It's one of the things that indirectly led me to this, of course. So yeah, I will probably get that and then not be able to play it because I have a Mac.
Yeah.
Can you download it for a Mac on Steam?
Possibly, depends if they bring it out.
That's the problem with having a Mac. You know,
Yeah, you can't play games.
you can't play games. Yeah, I never play.
Quite a lot of games.
Why do people get a Mac then?
The question that Jamie asks all the time. What
Have you got a Mac?
have you got a Mac?
Like, what does it do better?
I never play games on a computer, but every now and then I don't mind loading up Football Manager.
There are a few things that it does a lot better in terms of the
Okay.
operating system and things.
Technical stuff.
Technical stuff. And once you're used to it, it connects. It synergizes. If you've got like an iPhone, which you've got, an iPad,
Yeah,
which you've got, all syncs quite well.
Why weren't they built in the thing so that you can play games on it?
It's because of the developers of games just
Developers
lost
of
it for
games.
PC.
Okay.
I think that's changed a little bit with Steam, but you can't get old games. There's been times before I go, oh, do you know what? I really fancy playing a game of Total War, and then can't do it. I'm like, oh, can't do it. So thanks very much for that, Stephen Gill. So next up we've got Hobby Spot NZ.
Hobby Sponsor. Hey guys, my question this week is, what is your favourite paint colour to use? Mine is the Zandri Dust at the moment from Citadel, as I have so many uses for it. Thanks. Favourite paint to use?
I don't know. Like, I've got a few, it depends what I'm doing. Like, for skin, it's Talon Flesh and Reichland Flesh Shade, and then a highlight of Elf. I guess Mordian Blue is the old blue, an old foundation paint. I really like the colour that comes out with, and it can change quite a lot with washes. It can become really dark, with the blue it becomes very blue, the green wash becomes a sort of turquoise, so it's got a nice versatility to it.
That's an interesting question. I've been been doing a lot of reds lately because, of course, been painting the Butchers. Before that, the Window Knights. Before that, there was bits of red in the Sons of El and the Rohan stuff I was doing. So I probably really like the corn red, that deep red colour. I like that deep red colour anyway, just generally in life.
I'm liking the purple ones at the moment because painting my Union at the moment. But I think the last thing
They're so good.
Going from a Butcher's player.
Yeah.
And a fish player. No, and then before that it was I did some dwarfs, and I've done my own garden in the purple. So mainly purples. I do like the colour purple, and I think it's a royal colour, kind of thing. So I quite like it.
I think it goes through different stages as well. It depends what you're painting. So I've had stages where, like, I remember when I first started painting, I used to think that the fang colour, that grey blue colour.
Oh yes,
I used to really like that colour because I was doing the grey company, and it seemed like a nice paint to apply and stuff. So you can go through stages. I use a lot of Mournfang brown.
Yeah, use that a lot. Yeah,
A lot of Mournfang brown because you just use it for everything, like leather and everything. So
I prefer Steel Legion drab to the leather.
do you?
Yeah, I think sometimes the Mournfang can come out a bit too bright for me. I know you can just wash it a bit. Yeah, no, so I do the Steel Legion drab and then do the belt buckles. I'll do that as well. It's everyone's different taste, isn't it?
So Liz, thanks very much for your question.
Next up, we've got the AJ Gamer. He says, for an Arnor force, would you recommend taking a mix of warriors and rangers or just 100% bows?
Mix. Yes, because I played against Jeffers a lot, and he does a mix and does it to good effect.
Yeah, I think to
they're
be more
cheap for
competitive,
defence.
I would say to go mix.
They're cheap defence 6 warriors with spears.
Yeah, I think Warriors of Arnor are pretty cheap for what they do, and the fact, taking Rangers of the North is good in some ways, but you are paying quite a premium then for being able to have 100% bows. So it's not like you know.
Also, if you come up against then Blinding Light or Port of Darkness, your game plan's out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got access to some pretty good cheap heroes, like
Marathon is incredible.
Malbeth.
Yeah, Marathon. I see it.
My brother can mount them on a horse, and he's pretty good.
Twins.
Twins are
Good for the points. And then, so it means you can get a lot of your defence 6 troops.
Certainly does. So next up we've got Tai Matsushita.
Nice.
Matsushita? I had to be very careful. Matsushita?
Shouldn't go full.
Try it.
Matsushita.
That was very good. That's what I should have done. Hey guys, long time no question. What are your thoughts on Dale in the movies and in SBG? He's got some more questions, but yeah, Dale. Has he gone for that kind of
in the movies? It's
I love them, it's really I love the look of it.
And then in the game, they're just disappointing profiles. Yeah. Numenor with different skin.
The exact same profile.
Exact same profile.
Same points.
Same points.
And also fight for?
Yep.
I think it's quite
They
interesting.
are Numenor.
Just access to less
Different heroes, yeah.
I suppose you could though spam Dale because you've got Girion and captains who can lead him.
And they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I think aesthetically, it's quite an interesting decision from Weta to sort of go for something which is very familiar. I think that kind of Kiev Rus, that kind of sort of that part of Western Russia into the Balkans. It's an interesting look to go for with them, and I can see why they've done it in sort of the geography of Middle Earth. Maybe a little bit obvious to go that way, I think, but the models are gorgeous.
Keeps them different from everyone else.
But that's the thing with the models, they are so detailed for troops.
Yeah, that's
They're like hero quality detail.
They're great. The Warriors of Dale box sets.
So wait, are the defense 5 and 6 with a shield?
Defense 4, 5 with shield. Exact same as
I was going to say because you could spam. They could still spam it.
Now his question continues. He's put, also, would Legolas and Gimli mounted on a horse, like in the Two Towers, be super broken in SBG? Sounds like the good version of a Wild Rider to me. Keep up the good work. Well, if you could actually take that as a profile,
You used to be able to
that'd be cool.
do
Not if you have your own Legolas, then they dismount it straight away.
Yeah.
But you used to be able to use passenger rules in tournaments with Legolas and Gimli, where Legolas would drop Gimli off, he'd fight for a bit, Legolas would run away, shoot, run back in, pick Gimli up, get him out of there, get him to the
But they couldn't charge and double their attack.
couldn't do it now.
It's kind of cool, really. It's a cool idea, but unfortunately, I can't do it.
Well, it didn't even work in the film, did it? Gimli just fell right off.
Yeah, he fell straight off the horse.
Yeah, and got trapped only for a while. What can you do? So next up, we've got Aquilon 39.
39. Very much looking forward to the redes this time next week. I'll be playing games, meeting up with you all again. Having fun, can't wait. Question 1. Jamie, what army will you be bringing to redos? And how well do you expect it to do?
Goblin Town, I hope to make the top 8 cut, and then I really don't care what happens.
Yeah, but by the time he sees this, he'd have seen your army.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah?
So you'll know if I'm lying or not. I'm not.
Yeah. So you think you want to make the top cut?
Yeah.
James, is there a second and third prize for each group of tournament on the second day?
Nope, there is a second prize though.
For each group.
For each group.
Okay. Finally, have either of you two got a next big army project? After my dwarves next week, I plan to either start my Eastlings or Gondor.
Not for me, I'm sort of painted up Guild Ball.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. My Lord of the Rings is near enough done for painting wise. I've probably painted up a batch more of goblins, so I've got them available for the scribe, but other than that, I'll be done.
How about yourself?
Same kind of doing, well, I recently moved house and I found out how much Lord of the Rings stuff I actually have. I've got a lot more than I realised, and probably 10% of it's painted. So I don't need to, so I'm focusing on Guild Ball. If I go back to Lord of the Rings, next time I'd like to finish off my Isengard, because they were nice, they were fun to paint.
I think for myself, now that the Guild Ball players are done, I have to get...
You paint Union, Tenderize has just come out.
I know, I'm going to paint that, but that won't take me long. Painting one model doesn't take me too long. I'll probably get that tenderizer, and then when that fillet comes out in the pick, I will pick them up. But I need to get my Saga.
And who's that on the poster over there? Veteran Brisket.
Veteran Brisket? God, just sucking me in, Steam Forged.
Veteran Brisket?
She got beaten up in the fluff, didn't she?
Yeah, she got stabbed. She got stabbed up in the fluff, and everyone assumed she's dead, but she's not. She's back. She's a veteran.
That's cool. Was she better?
She can come with a different profile.
Oh!
Still Butchers. Still both versions available, but you pick which one you want to play.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool. So yeah, I will be doing the odd bit of Guild Ball. The next big project is the Saga.
Yeah, you need to get that done.
I need to get that done next.
Have you done yours?
Yeah, I've been done for ages.
He did his ages ago.
Really?
You were all over it though at the time.
Boom, done in one session.
But painting wise, generally,
There's not
you
many
were just
models,
knocking
though,
everything out. Like the Dunlandings you got done like that. You got your Guild Ball team just done like that. You got a bunch of things for battle companies done like that. So yeah, Saga. I think my next Hobbit thing I'm painting, Lord of the Rings thing, is I'm painting Saruman foot mounted.
Which foot version?
I'm going to go for
Snooker one.
I do have the new one, but
Listen, I tell a lie, my next thing I'm painting, I've got Gollum to paint up for this weekend. Yeah, and 3 Gundabats.
Right.
Yeah.
I brought Gollum with me from the Borough of Gollum.
Maybe. Maybe. Next up, we've got Matthew Ridgely. He says, "Hey guys, just wondering if Cavalry get the extra dice when joining against A, the Cavalry.
no.
B, monsters such as trolls, ents, and balrogs. C, fell beasts.
No.
D, eagles.
Yes.
Sorry if some of these are overlap, which they did. Recently had a discussion about this, and all of these examples come up separately, and a discussion started about what constitutes infantry. Infantry is anything that's not riding something else.
Yeah, if you look next to models' profiles in little brackets, it'll tell you what classification a troop it is, whether it's cavalry, monster, all that kind of thing. They still get +1 for monster. They don't knock down if it's
Strength 6
or above. Yeah. So we hope that helps. So next up we have got Bubble God. I like it. Chaps, when are you going to finish the Lord of the Ring campaign? It was a great watch and we were left hanging at the end of the fellowship.
Well, you should do the Rohan stuff.
You wait for me.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of characters, so we just meet up with everyone and just do it.
Yep, cool. Yeah, we'll get ready to
do you got a Theodred? No, we need a Theodred.
We need a Theodred. If anybody would like to send me a Theodred, it's the foot version that's hard to get hold of.
We need both.
It's the Finding the foot version is very hard. The mounted version is quite easy because he came as part of a battle game in real life, I believe. But if anybody wants to send us a foot version, that would be amazing.
Why don't you just get 2 mounted ones if it's easier, and then do a head swap on someone?
Because we're not as clever as you. Okay, next up we've got Sean Shaw 100.
Not that I could do it, I'm just saying you guys could probably do it.
Get Steve to do it. Get Steve.
Yeah.
Steve. Call Steve. Will do
There you
it.
go. Steve. So what are you making up? They're good.
We'll give you a shout out for Ultraman Wargamers if you do it.
Cernshaw.
Yeah, Cernshaw
100. Hi guys, is there a way
Sean Shaw.
No, it's
got it on.
Yeah. Is there a way of making a Harad army that isn't filth?
No.
I was thinking of just spamming warriors with a Mummock. Do you think this could work? Yes, it's very possible to do a Harad army that isn't filth.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Everything's filthy.
It's not.
It is.
No, the troops, and the actual troops.
The
actual troops.
The Haradrim warriors aren't terrible.
No, it's
Yeah, but you
filth.
can. I've got an Abrakan army on the way, and it is full Abrakan. It's it's golden.
The Goblin King.
Who's going to have a turban?
Yeah, so
he's going to.
Oh no, see that's straight away.
No, but but it'll
Gollum
fit
is a
in.
beggar.
Gollum is a beggar. No, not as a beggar. He's going to be the Golden King's spy, chief spy.
Yes, yeah.
See, this is the thing. You can
Creating a fluff.
if you want to try. Hey, you alright?
It's a fluff in front of it's a chief filth behind fluff.
Yeah, filth hidden behind the
Yeah, but it's cool. I'll be paying for all the points for the guys in the back to have the Abrakan upgrade. They don't need it, but it's fluffy.
To make a fluffy Haradrim army, you've literally just got to do warriors with spear, warriors in the front.
Even some of the Serpent God. Some Serpent God in there is fine as well.
Oh, Serpent God's fine, but Fat Boys aren't.
No, they're not.
Didn't see him in the movie. Or in the book.
But did you see Serpent God in the movie?
Yeah,
Do you?
On the
Why would they be on the moment? They don't have
I've
clothes.
seen them. They've been designed. So who's next?
That was it, yeah.
Yep. And so Sam Taylor.
Oh, is it OS?
Yeah,
OS.
the Ontario Football Gaming.
Sorry,
Hell.
you could do a full Corsair army.
Where's my bag?
Yeah, it's pretty filthy.
Yeah, but
It's fluffy.
but it's still fluffy.
Themed, it's not fluffy.
I wouldn't mind playing against that.
Sam Taylor says, hey guys, I was asking questions the past 2 weeks, but I think I got them both in late. When is the usual cut-off so I know going forward? Typically Thursday morning GMT. This week is a different question. Are there any characters in the books and movies that you pictured different than the Games Workshop models? For me, it's Erkenbrand. He was my favourite Rohirrim in the books, but I pictured him looking quite different and not so covered in armour.
He's pretty
Dwarling, he's got blue hair in the books.
Yeah, the dwarves are all different. Yeah.
The dwarves are very different from the whatever creation, but you can see why they've done that to give him some kind of.
Because Thorin's meant to be like 140 years old and really
He's meant to be older than Balin.
yeah, he's the oldest in the
I think it's easier to compare with the books. I think because of course with Weta have done quite a lot of work on these things. The biggest change, I think it's one of the things that Tolkien would probably be a little bit like about is the ages, like Age of Aragorn.
But the thing is,
Age of the Hobbits.
in the Fellowship, they just they skip over it. Yeah, generally like the 16 years. Is it 16 years in between Gandalf leaving and coming back to tell Frodo what actually happened? Is it 16 years or 20 years, something like that?
It's a long time because.
But you don't get that from the film.
No, it must be even more than that.
Yeah, I think it's
20
more.
odd years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
long
cut that. They basically scrapped that.
Trivia.
When he goes to Minas Tirith, it looks like a day's ride. Like, I guess it was 3 years, isn't it? He's gone. 6 years he's gone for.
He's gone for a long time. Yeah, so some of the things like that with the ages, I think. But in terms of Games Workshop models, so I'm guessing things that you've not seen in the movies, but then you read about in the books.
I've only recently started, well not recently, I've been reading The Fellowship for about a year now. And I was reading it on the train earlier and I'm only in Bree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it speeds up massively.
It speeds
now,
up massively
Yeah,
after that.
it already is speeding up, thank God, because
Once you hit Bree, that's when all the
I was really
cool
excited
stuff
about the
starts
I was really excited about the Bombadil scene, but oh my God, was that terrible.
Yes. It just goes on and on, doesn't it?
There's only so many times I could read Hey Ho, Merry Doll. Oh
You
God.
not just skip past the songs and the poems, because I do. I hold my hands up and I skip past all the songs and poems.
What was a real letdown was the Barrow-White scene.
Yeah, it's
You
over.
know, after watching you and Damien do the scenario,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to read about this in the book.
Yeah.
But in the book, it was like a sentence.
Yeah.
It's like literally Frodo wakes up, says a sentence, and suddenly it's over.
He just got Umbra, doesn't he?
I was quite disappointed.
Yeah, Professor Tolkien was quite lost, I think, at that point. You know, I think he was on some. I think he didn't know where it was going, and the story.
Well, he didn't like plan it, did he? He just did it as it came to
Get them to places.
And then you can tell, but when it hits Bree, boom, the good stuff happens. So yeah, I'm not really sure how we've answered that question for you.
Frodo is a lot more. Wait, sorry, we're doing game to. We're not doing book to film, are we?
For me, it's easy to do book to film because you make a character in your head and then you imagine. Like for me, Boromir, Sean Bean portrays him fantastically, but when I read the book, it wasn't how I imagined Boromir to be portrayed by Sean Bean because he's like thick black hair, and, staunch man of Gondor, whereas Sean Bean, staunch man of Yorkshire with like wispy. Blondish hair.
I know what you mean.
Frodo's a lot more aggressive, I found, in the books. He's constantly like, shut up and tell me what I want to hear.
What, in the books?
Yeah. Frodo's more aristocratic in the books.
Yeah, like talking to the poor barman. Poor barman. He's horrible to him.
But again, you can see why they did that. to stop him, to make sure he remains like a likable,
nice guy.
likable character.
He's not. He's just not a nice guy.
Okay, so next up, I don't know who read that last one.
Sam Taylor, excuse me.
Next up, we got Wasabi 1969. He's put, great vid, guys. What are the must-have dwarf units and heroes in your opinion, if there are any? Thank you for getting me to try out the game, albeit a little late in its life cycle. So, what are the must-have dwarf units and dwarf heroes?
Yeah, Kazagard,
King's Champion.
Solid choice. Old Darling.
Yeah. If there's high enough points, Durin. I know he's expensive, but he's good.
Including new dwarves as well, because Thorin and Dwalin are fantastic choices.
Yeah, Thorin, Dwalin, and even Balin from the Escape from Goblin Town set. Just
young Balin, 45 points. I think he's very good. Because he's just that
re-rolling priorities.
It's not just that; it's the fact that dwarves seem to struggle with numbers, and he gives you that option to get him cheap.
cheap hero.
Not cheap spear support, but they feel like cheap spear support because it's such a cheap hero.
Yeah.
You start to be able to fill up your war bands at some point constantly, which is the main problem with dwarves and that kind of cost. Especially when you're sort of at 500 points, it's tough to get past 2 war bands.
Yeah, he loves to get that.
I've also never really used them or played against them, but dwarf warriors with bow. So you get strength 3 bow, you get defense 6. I don't think. Yeah, I'd like to see.
I've had a shooting war against them, and it went terrible. I don't know why I did it.
I guess you're
because I'm with level 6. I had so many more shots. I think I had double the amount of shots, but because they just wouldn't die. They were wounding me on 4s, and eventually it got to the point where I think it's different list. We got to the point where we reached the same amount of bowmen, like about 7, and I was like, I've committed to this for far too long. I should be in combat by now. This isn't going to go well. And I do think I lost that game.
Well, it adds a new dynamic for dwarves as well, because you want to, with dwarves, usually you can kind of sit back, you want to avoid combat for as long as you can, you want to whittle their numbers down for shooting. Dwarf warriors kind of, I mean, you can't do that, you've got to commit to them, and you don't want to commit to them.
Well, someone's answered our question for us here. War agrees that King's Champion is a beast for his points. Gimli is cheap and cheerful.
I'd always take Gimli over Barley. He's an extra 5 points, and you get an extra fate.
Yeah, but you lose a weapon.
Give me an Elven Cloak, hide it behind the line.
He's got Balin here, very good for his points cost.
Yeah.
He's also mentioned Floy. We didn't mention Floy.
Floyd's very good.
Comes into his own at 750 point range and
Who is this guy? Sounds like me.
Yeah, is this you? Is this you? Wow.
No, not many.
Is this your bald-headed profile? And he's also mentioned Dwarf Warriors, bows, Khazad Guard, you basically, some Iron Guard as well.
Who are you?
Good answer.
I think we get on.
So next up we've got the Dr. Pepper Machine.
Dr. Pepper Machine. My apologies for the double question last week, lads. My question for this week is, what are the most common top tier armies and tournaments? Well, if you asked double question last week, why don't you double question this week? I thought that was
that's gone. You double loops not a thing.
This thing!
It is not.
Jamie didn't like that thing. Bring that thing back.
No.
Bring it back when you used to just ask questions specifically to Jamie that didn't have to be, that were dead long. Those were good times. He's been dead lucky recently.
Well, yeah, but in all fairness, have you noticed?
We've had a couple of big ones today.
But since that stopped, he's suddenly back in Speak Friend a Question. He disappeared for like 2 months, didn't he?
Screw this.
I've had enough.
Most common
Race
top
quit.
tier armies.
Race quit. Speed running question.
Most common top tier armies. Elves,
Yeah.
Elves tend to do quite well.
Felbeasts, obviously you see.
New Goblin Town builds.
I'd say New Goblin Town and Elves are your 2 top tier at the moment. And Rivendell Knights. I'd say they're your 3 top tiers.
Obviously you got
People fall into it.
Obviously,
People
we can-
regularly do well at the top.
I can say this now because it's been seen on Sunday after the tournament. But the number of new Goblin Town armies with a Moria Goblin Shaman and something else in it.
Felbeast.
Sometimes. The number of
guilty.
those armies.
Guilty, that's
There's loads of you.
yeah.
It made it really easy for me today. Those armies.
I think that's because of the tournament. For the first 4 scenarios are all numbers based, and if you're making this cut into the top 8, you go for numbers. What's the best numbers? Goblin
Cheap
Town.
goblins, yeah, because they're so cheap. You can get like a
A
goblin
lot of
king.
them for so
Yeah, there's a
The
lot.
thing
of
is,
them.
it also works well for day 2 with your last scenario, challenge champions.
The Goblin King in the middle is very
Goblin
survivable. I think Ed and I worked out he's the one hero who can survive the longest against Smaug. Like 1-on-1.
There is a smell.
There is a Smaug. Great.
Is it you as the ringer?
No, he's not by name.
No, it's still at his house. I've still not told Jane.
After America, I'm telling Jay.
Yeah,
what he said.
Do you know what? I could probably get away with it now. She's in a good place. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Elves, Rivendell Knights, Goblin Town.
Thing is that you see a lot of that's your common top builds, but then a lot of armies you do see at top tables you don't see other people take. For example, Damien's Fells and
I think I
Berserkers.
can do quite well. Yeah.
You do, but you don't see a big Berserker thing. Jay with his Lake Town. I don't think I've seen another full Lake Town army. Jay Clare's.
Back in the day, me with me Ron had. That's true.
Reavers.
Back in the day, the Wozes coming into that as well. I know it's a mix, but still.
You say top armies, but every army has made it to top tables.
Yeah.
Punch Orcs have made it, Goblins have made it,
Dwarves have done it.
Yeah,
Dwarves have done it.
Tom with the Hunter Wolves winning that Tom.
Well, look at Tom that lost
Harrison!
with his Rohan. He had like Gambling and Theoden.
Yeah, and we was playing on top.
He did pretty well
He
with
did
that,
quite
didn't he?
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So Damien knocked him back down.
Yeah.
I think that was that one.
No, all armies. It's the player, not the army.
Yeah, definitely.
War again.
My friend.
He says he's sorted on the model versus profile question. Cheers, fellas. I don't know what we did last week. I forgot. This week's question: I am starting a small Hobbit league next month. Good league, evil league. Top good plays for top evil at the end. Find the ultimate champion. So good's got a league and evil's got a league. What top tips or pearls of wisdom can you offer to someone looking to set up such an event? Leagues are tough because everyone has to always be able to make it. The one thing is be flexible on when people can play their games. So if you can do the draw on Sunday and say they have to be played by next Sunday,
Or the forfeit.
or
At least I would say give people about a month.
a month takes too long. So if you've got 12 games, that's a year. You want about a week. Is a week's enough time to try and meet up with someone.
It depends what your local player scene's like. Are you a group that do meet regularly? How often do you meet? Because that's the key thing.
And then bonus question: What do you consider to be the most challenging army to use and the most boring army to use? Thanks again. War.
The most challenging army to use. It's things that aren't very forgiving.
The Fellowship. I love playing with them, but they're not easy to win with them.
I'd say Thorin's company is harder than Fellowship. Because you can't rely on just big 3-attack heroes to see you in trouble.
Yeah, you've got to rely on the synergies between them.
And you don't really get Gandalf with it.
Yeah.
If you want all the dwarves, that is.
An army to use?
I've never played with an army that I've found boring.
I have. God, that Moria army, my Moria Goblin army. Lake, Shadowlord, Double Shatter, and 2. There was nothing for me to do. It was just sit in your block and walk towards them. and your auras grind them down. That was boring.
I think those kind of shooting armies as well can be
Tough or boring?
Can be quite boring to play as. It can be.
I'm boring to play against.
I think they're more boring to play against than with, because at least with you've got the challenge of make sure I don't get caught out by them heroic marching, etc.
See, people complain about, you've been saying, there's a lot of goblin armies with a Shadow Lord. That's the reason we're having to do it, because of all you shooting elves.
It's
That's the reason we've had to do it.
I think it's Rivendell Knights scare me more as a Goblin Town player than a Wood Elf army. Because at least a Wood Elf army you can march 2 turns and you can hit combat, whereas the elves will retreat as fast as you go towards them, so you will never, in theory, catch them as long as there's a 6-inch gap between you. Because if they move 5, you move 5 back, you retain that 6-inch gap. It's not that you can get priority and jump back fast and stay still.
I personally don't enjoy playing the your sort of shield wall and then spear rank, like actually using it as much. I don't like using that kind of army as much as I really enjoy playing cavalry because it feels dangerous. because you can do really well, but you can also get smashed very easily as well.
At the same time, with Rivendell Knights, I think the armies I've played against, they're my least enjoyable.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, they got a lot going for them.
Yeah.
And the only thing that made it fun for me, because at Longbottom, we're doing quite well. Well done, by the way, for picking me for 3rd place by like 2 VPs or whatever it was. Close was it?
One VP.
Was it 1 VP?
It was, I think it was 2 on the. Was it 2 on the strength of schedule and 1 VP? I think it was.
Good man.
That was my first podium in a 100-point tournament.
Oh, well done.
I didn't realise. I was quite
Well, at Longbottom, I started off and
No, I won an 80-pointer. I won an 80-pointer.
I found that my enjoyment of using the Rivendell Knights very much depended on what I was playing against. And I enjoyed using them at Nova a lot more because the wizard became a lot more important out there.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I know he's important anyway, but using the big Megalas and Gandalf made that
big Legolas.
Megalas. I like it.
That made that fun. More fun.
Thank you, Rob.
Was it Rob who came on?
Rob came on with that.
Yeah.
Megalas.
That made that more fun to use, but the actual Rivendell Knights themselves, I could see how it could be boring. And when I've used Grey Company before, I've not found that necessarily as fun. If I played that kind of game, because you just wait and shoot, and eventually go. So,
last question.
Wow, last question. Last quick one, and it's a long one as well. Hello there, GBHL. This is from Anton Cook. He's put, my question to you, SBG gods. Not quite.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
I have a pure Númenórean army led by Isildur and Elendil and captains. I have spearmen and archers and swordsmen. But I'm just wondering if it is outdated due to the lack of units. Very much so.
Yeah.
I love the scene in a
See you
fellowship.
that Dale early.
Yeah. But you got better heroes with Numenor.
I love the scene in the Fellowship where they all march into battle. Yeah, I agree with that. Which is why I built it for the fluff. But I have never seen anybody use the army in SBG ever. We've got a couple of Numenor
Ben Camp plays.
Yeah, you have to play Numenor.
Yeah, Ben Camp uses Numenor. Ben Camp uses Numenor. So I'm trying to think of anybody else, not just Ben.
Just Ben. Owen Wright used Numenor for a while. He tried to make it competitive back in the Lord of the Rings era.
Yeah.
And it was better because Isildur the ring was better for Isildur back then. Like he could charge through the ranks and hit things.
Oh right, because his invisibility actually.
And you couldn't charge the invisible ring bearer. Right. But now he can't go through people with the ring.
Really?
Yeah, people can move through you, but you can't move through them.
I've got a feeling. Really? I'm going to double check that.
Double check it.
I've never used it.
What do you guys think? Jamie versus...
Dun, dun, dun.
I've well once.
Probably have.
So
I've just got that. Unless I'm thinking of the Frodo rings.
Frodo's ring bit allows him to move through.
Is my question for this week on Speed Friendly question. Yeah. Does Frodo now take the new rules for the ring?
I'm unsure. Because he's got a ring and he's got his own entry. And I've spoken to quite a few people about this and they all have different opinions. They're like, he's got his own entry, it's the ring at a different period in time.
That's what I'd personally say.
But then obviously old Bilbo and his Isildur just say the ring without the entry, so then they go for a big rule book. But they probably should use Hobbit ring.
Yeah.
Or Lord of the Rings ring.
It just seems a waste because there's a whole page dedicated pretty much to that ring.
Yeah.
So it seems a waste for it to just say, no, outdated now.
Yeah.
But no, that it seems to make more sense for him.
Yeah.
For likes of Bilbo, because Bilbo actually did some fighting with the ring on.
Yeah.
Fred's a coward.
There you go.
It's over.
That was Billy's question. We'll carry on with Anton's question.
Sorry.
But I went to my local games workshop and it attracted a lot of attention because no one ever sees them. But should I move on from them or keep the retro ball? I have other armies, but this one is my favourite because of the rarity. Thanks GBHL, keep up the good work. Well, if you like the army, keep up with it.
If it's your favourite army, then play with it.
Yeah.
There's no point changing it just to be more competitive.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. And if you've got other armies, you can always slowly build up on those as well. And try and get yourself involved with the Great British Hobby League. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed Speak Penny Question this week. Thank you very much for being part of it, Billy.
Thank you.
Are you two sticking around and playing some Guild Ball tonight?
I will be.
Yes, Guild Ball night here.
What time are we on? I don't know.
Are there Guild Ball players?
Yeah, there are. There's some down there.
Some down
8
there?
o'clock.
Oh,
Probably best off leaving, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not getting stuck on bad trains.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, probably.
Good stuff. Okay, guys, so don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Pledge to be on Patreon.
Support your Hobbit.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
And happy strategy battle gaming. That went better with Billy than it has with me and you lately.